Welcome everybody to day 33, where we are continuing to build the flight booking engine. Yesterday we had a good success, and today we want to try to implement forgot password. One of the biggest hurdles, if you remember, was when we tried to learn FastAPI together and build the backend. Now that I have good momentum, I understand what FastAPI is all about. I understand the main I understand what the main what is it called infrastructure is all about. I also understand what other things are all about. Okay, like the DevOps we did, the CI/CD. Okay, now we can prompt our way through things. Okay, but let's implement forgot password. This is how I understand forgot password. Okay, I will expect a form to have an email. Let me try to do this better. Okay, so I'll have the email. So a user will enter their email. This is the first step in the front end. Then the front end will make a post request to the backend. Okay, so this will be an HTTP post request, to the backend. And after that, the backend, will begin by verifying. Okay, so you first of all verify this email, verify the email. Okay, verify the email, doing like validation checks. Okay, does the user exist? Okay, do we have a user? Okay, does a user with the email exist in the database? That is one thing. User with email exists. Okay, that's one of the checks. Okay, if the user with the email exists, then the next thing we have to do is we can now generate a token. Okay, hope I'm not missing out on something. We can generate a token. Okay, this token should be able to expire. Okay, this token can expire. And this token which can expire, will be saved. You can save it in database or in a cache, like Redis, so that we are able to track when someone has taken long from clicking it. Okay, then we need to also generate a reset link. Okay, reset link. Okay, and this reset link can help us to store information, like maybe it can be built using the user's email. Okay, so maybe, for example, you can have something like the domain. Okay, we have the domain. Then we can have maybe query parameters, like probably email, equals to probably the email, the email value, and probably some other token, maybe the token, equals to some other value, and depending on how we do, you can actually set different tokens for this, I'm trying to think out loud of other processes which I've done, Then after building this email, we can send an email, send an email to the user. So this email has that reset link. Then after doing that, the next step would be to, once you've sent an email and it's successful, the next thing that we'll do next would be the user to click. So maybe I can choose a different color. Next up, the user clicks. the user clicks the link. Okay, they click the link. And then after they've clicked the link, you know what happens? They get a form. Okay. So they fill a form with their new password. Okay. After they have filled the form with the new password, then they can finally submit. Okay. Submit, and then they have success. So this is what we want to achieve. Okay. This is a general conceptual overview. So I'm going to prompt my way into it. I'll come here, create a new session, a new chat. Okay. Then I'll add, I wish there was a way to add both folders at the same time, like this. So I'm going to ask, what would a password reset flow look like for this project? Create a plan. Then I would switch from agent mode to ask. Okay. Then I hit send. I need to find out the difference between ask and edit. I mean, between agent and edit. I think I'm either going to read about it, then I practice. So let's see what they're saying. Based on your project structure, here's a comprehensive plan for implementing password flow. Let us see. Overview: a secure password reset flow that allows users to reset their password via email verification. So they have the flow diagram. They're saying user requests reset, email sent with token, user clicks link, user enters new password, password updated, user logged in. Okay, that's okay. Say backend implementation, database changes, add password reset tokens, add password reset token fields to user model, the reset token, and the reset token expires. Okay, so the token is a hash string. Reset token expires is a date time. Okay. So they're now talking about new endpoints. There's API auth, forgot password. Okay. There's API auth, reset password. So the first one is for requesting. The second one is for resetting, okay, with the token. And then this one is for verifying token validity. This one we may not need it necessarily. Okay. We not need it necessarily. But okay, let's go on. Then it talks about two schemas, okay? In schemas of the py, okay? Because I gave it context of both these two directories. So the first schema will be password, forgot password, okay? Request, which has only an email. Reset password request, which will have a token. The token, the new password, and the confirm password. We have reset password response, which will have a success and the message. Then it talks about the CRUD operations, okay? Create password reset token, verify the reset token, okay? Update password with token, okay? Invalidate reset token. Then security utilities is generate cryptographically secure reset token expiration in 1 hour, hash token before storing in database, rate limiting on resets. All right. Let us see. Then the email services, send password reset email template with a sent link. This is the link format, okay? So this is for the backend. Then the front-end implementation, we have new pages. Okay, this one for entering the input, the email. Okay, so this one will be used for requesting the password change. Okay, then the next one will be for entering the new password. Then the next one, so it talks about new components. Okay, there'll be a form for submitting the email, then another form for submitting your new password, then says another form for indicating the strength of the password. Then navigation updates says add forgot password. Okay, to add the forgot password link in the login model. Okay, and then it is going to handle success and error states with toasts or alerts. So for form validation, there is email validation, password strength requirements, password confirmation, token expiry handling. So it's even, there are things which I wouldn't actually have thought of. Of course, I would have thought of them, but it would have taken me longer. Okay, that's why I like sometimes AI. Okay, this has created like a plan that we can use. So security considerations, token security. Okay, one-time use tokens, short expiration, cryptographically random, hashed in the database. We have rate limiting to prevent brute force attacks. Limits per IP or per email. User feedback. Don't reveal if email exists or show email sent message. Okay. Clear error messages for expired or invalid tokens. Log or reset attempts. Monitor for suspicious activity. Okay. This is okay. I plan to handle logging and monitoring separately. User experience flow. Nextjs is asking a question. Why is the video stretched? Why do you mean by stretched, Sano? Do you mean I've over zoomed in or zoomed out? Do you mean like the camera? Advise me, what can I do? Is it an obvious setting? Are you talking about this? The zoom? I can zoom out to be smaller. So I zoomed in so that you can see better. Okay. So look at the flow. It says user clicks forgot password on the login page. User enters email address. System shows if account exists. An email sent message. User receives email with reset link. User clicks, okay, clicks link and is redirected to reset password page. User enters new password. The password is updated, okay, and is automatically logged in and redirected to the appropriate page. Old token is invalidated. Says the code window is stretched, probably issue with aspect ratio. Yeah, so no, that could be the issue. I need to figure out probably after. Okay, I need to figure out that. But I've also zoomed in a lot. Then it has a backend test strategy. Okay, testing for token generation and validation, testing for token expiration, password update, rate limiting. Then frontend tests from validation, token verification, error handling, success flows. Then additional features which are optional, say email notification when password is changed, but this would be good. Require login on all devices after password reset. No, I won't do this for now. Password history. Prevent reuse of last 3 passwords. 2-factor authentication before reset. Would you like me to implement any specific part of the plan? Of course, I would. I like these extra features actually. Okay, like the email notification when password is changed. If you use Gmail, I'm sure you've seen this. Okay, require a login of all devices. Okay, it's another good advanced thing, which is actually good. Password history, very good. 2FA, of course, very good. Yeah, for the MVP, let me not do that. Okay, so I want now add context of the backend. Okay, and say implement the backend endpoints. I think after you've understood what to do, I can now go back to agent mode and let me try to zoom out. I don't know, is this better? I've tried to zoom out the whole thing. I hope you can see better. I've zoomed out actually. I hope it's still clear. So let me hide this part and let's look at the changes. Okay. So you see that in users, okay, where we have Eugene says it is okay. Okay. So Eugene, are you saying that the video is not stretched on your end, on your screen? Maybe some on your screen, I don't know, settings or whatever. We need the third person to know that it's a tie for the video being stretched or not. All right, let's not dwell on that. Let's go into this. Okay, so in the models.py, okay, models users.py, we have a change. Okay, let us see the changes. We have optional. This shouldn't have happened. Okay, I wouldn't want it to use optional. Okay, but these are things I will clean up later because we don't need it actually. We don't need this optional type checking. From datetime, import datetime. Eugene says on my side it is okay. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So let's continue. Say you see we have now on the user model they have added resort token and token expires. Okay, then I need to do something. Okay, you remember yesterday when I was trying to study about Copilot, this Copilot file. Okay, it is supposed to be in this directory. Okay, I want to put some rules. Okay, so to avoid, where's that file? I want to confirm the name so that this like I don't want to see option in my code. Okay, in certain cases. So that file is called this. Okay, it's called copilot instructions.md. So I'm going to come here. Okay, then here in the workflows. Okay, create another file, call it instructions. Okay, then maybe I can say code generation, maybe say Python rules, Python lint type annotation rules. Okay, yeah, so the first one I'll say one, don't use annotations from the typing module. Okay, type from the typing module if there are built-in alternatives. Okay, alternatives. Okay, then I can go with this example that is being given to me. Okay, this. So let us leave this one for now. So I think this is okay. So I will add it to the git ignore. I'll say this is for for .github. No, so this is for the AI agent or assistant, whatever. So I'll say .github / copilot _ dash instructions.md. Okay. So I want it to but it has not picked it up. Okay. This is supposed to have been ignored. Wait, guys, did I replace a file here? Are you seeing in workflow? Oh, I thought I'd removed terraform.py. It's still there. It's still there. My bad. Git ignore. It's not supposed to be in workflows. I put it in the wrong directory. Aha, this is correct. There's also another directory called workflows. Okay. Take note of that. So don't do the mistake I had made. I'd put this copilot instructions.md inside the workflows directory. So I can now delete this, delete this, delete this. Okay, it has created an implementation summary, but we're going to look at it soon. Okay. Let's see what has been done. So it says, now let me verify the implementation by checking if there are import. No, let me look at it myself. Okay. Now look at all this. Okay. And this guy is frustrating. Let me minimize this. So you see what they have done here. They have a function called migrate. So is add reset token and reset expires token columns to user in DB table. I wouldn't want to migrate like this. Okay. So I'll first remove this. This is the summary. The question of these MD files are too many. Okay, we have this. I'll accept this one for now. I'll also accept this for now. So here in auth.py, we have the types, okay? We have the forgot password base model. We have reset token, new password, confirm password. Then you have a field validator for confirm password, and it's checking if the new password matches this one here. Okay. I don't know about field validators yet. I didn't learn about them in FastAPI, but I would assume this is okay. Then you have the reset password response and the verify reset token response. Okay. So I'll keep this as a check. Okay. Let's move then the import secrets. Then the dev methods. Okay. This one for generating the reset token. This one is for generating the hash reset token. So you see hash reset token takes in the token as an argument. Is of type string, returns a string, and hashes. Then we have the verify reset token, simply verifies the token, the plain token and the hash token. Okay, what else? I think that is it. I can keep what is here. Then inside here, we're importing those functions, okay? Hashing password, generating the hash, verify. So create password token, get user by email. Okay. So yeah, this is okay. Get user by email. If the not user return none, okay. Generate the hash token, generate the reset token first, then the hash token. Then after that, the expiration time is set. Okay, then assign the values for the reset token, okay, and expiration time. Then add. After that, this one's for verifying, okay. For verification, we see that they first select, okay. Select, okay, a user. This is to select the user, okay. Where reset token is not none. By this, I want to change this, okay? So you're saying check if token matches and hasn't expired. So if user.reset token and verify reset token. But if you have many users, okay, this would take forever. Do you know that? It would take absolutely long. That is something I'll change later. Let me just get it working. But I wouldn't want to do this. Let me first delete this. Close it. Update password with token. Okay, text in the session, the token. The new password returns the boolean. It calls verify password reset token. Okay, text in the session and token. We have seen this about if there's no user, it turns false. Otherwise, the password is updated, okay, and the reset token are invalidated, okay. Then we add and commit invalidate reset token. Okay, this is okay. Fetches the user and changes these values to none. But then I would expect this invalidate reset token to be used here. Okay. Let us see. Here's now the email operation. Okay. There's this function called send password reset email. Takes in an email and the reset token. Okay. So we have the frontend URL. Okay. Then the link is built. The frontend URL /auth/reset password token, like this. Then this is the subject saying password reset token recipients. This is the recipient. Then they build some HTML, okay, to create a template. Okay. So the HTML starts from here, okay. And the reset link is put here in an anchor tag. And of course it's styled, okay, with the text saying reset password. Then we have the raw link here, okay. So all this is HTML from here, okay, up to down. Then here we have the message schema that takes in the subject, the recipients, the body HTML, and the subtype, which is message.html. Okay, then it is sent. Shall prove all this. Then here they import the methods. Imported also other thing classes are imported here. We import logging. Okay. Then the logger is initialized. Then they forgot password. Okay. Path operation is now defined. We have router.post, a post method. This is the path itself. And the response will be of type reset password response, which we saw. Then forgot password takes in a background task. If you remember what we said about background tasks, okay. This is the annotation for the request, okay. It will be a part of the request body. Then we have a dependency today to get in the session to help us make operations in the database. Then down here we have a try catch where the reset token is created, okay. After the reset token is created, okay, then in the background, okay, we send the email, okay, finally. And then we log that an email has been sent. Otherwise, we log a warning, okay. In case of any error, we log the error, okay. And then finally, return what? Success. We always return success to prevent email enumeration so that people don't know what has always happened, okay. Just return a general message like this. If your email is registered, you will receive a password reset link shortly, okay. It is better to keep it generic like this. Okay, so this path operation is for making a request to set your email. So if you don't understand what is going on, I have a playlist where I learned FastAPI for 31 days. I literally walked through the entire playlist, just like I'm walking through the DevOps playlist. Okay. So you can watch it, okay? Because all this is covered there. I literally studied line by line of that documentation. That's why you see me now having AI generate the code for me and review it, okay? Actually, I'm thinking that even when AI generates code for you, there's little time saved. You still have to review. And sometimes you have to review lots of things like this, okay? But I'm going to initialize my prompts to do specific things at a time. This says verify router.git, do this, okay? This is another path operation for verifying the resort token. Okay, it takes in a path parameter. Okay, the response model is this. This is the token, okay, which is the path parameter, so type string, and we have a dependency. Okay, so it calls verify password reset token. If there's a user, simply sends a message saying the token is valid. Otherwise, sends a message saying the token is invalid or has expired. Eugene says maybe at some point you can record a Next.js playlist. Yeah, that is something I can do. Do you mean like Next.js tutorials, or do you mean like recorded Next.js tutorials, or like me walking through the Next.js documentation? So this is another path operation, okay? It's a post, but even this other one is a post. No, this one is a get, okay? So we have a path operation here. The actual endpoint is called reset password. The type for the response defined by response model is reset password response. Then the path operation function has two arguments, the request, which is the reset password request. This will be the request body. Then we have a dependency. Again, in that Python, in that FastAPI playlist, there are sessions where we talked about dependencies, like twice, okay? So read about dependencies and how they work. Then it calls update password with token, okay? So this is the function now we send, the user sends to us, okay? To update the password, okay? So in case it is successful, okay, we simply return this saying password has been set successfully. Otherwise, we send this message, okay, if not success, say invalid or expired token, and then we log, okay? But the logging is very important. Later, maybe I'll cover something on logging specifically, okay, just to explain logging in detail. So I'll keep. Then in the env example, they're putting the front end URL, okay? But I think, yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. I need to also do it in the real env, okay? So it's talking about verifying, but I'm going to skip this. We shall verify if it works by actual execution, okay? So I'm going to add context for both the backend and add context for the frontend folder, okay? And then I'm going to ask it to actually implement this on the front end, okay? You know, it is still working. Say now go ahead to implement the front end for the password reset flow and integrate the API endpoints. So sometimes you may think it's going to work fast, but you actually have to study everything. Is it my internet which is slow, or is it because I gave it a lot of context? It's behaving like GPT-5. Or has my mind been conditioned now? Probably. My mind has been conditioned. Let's see where we go. So it's creating a summary. I'll leave it to create the summary, but the actually files I'm going to delete later on. Like this MD file. I think the AI tools, they create these MD files for their purpose, okay? For themselves, which is okay. But after implementation, I'm going to erase them. I absolutely don't need them. Okay. So let me hit send. But just to show you what it was showing. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where do I want to show you? I say table. Yeah, this is the table. Okay. The endpoints actually we need one for requesting a reset email, then for checking if a token is valid, and then for finally updating the password. That's all we need. Eugene, you're talking about recording a Next.js play. Oh, I think I've understood you, Eugene. When you say record, it's actually a record. Yeah, I think I can do that. I have so many ideas. Okay. So many ideas. I'm even thinking about, excuse me, I'm thinking about what I want to do in the near short term. Okay. Because you remember in the morning, I'm also covering Kubernetes. Okay. But I wanted to do as soon as possible a video on Docker. Okay. Docker and containerization, so that everybody who is knowing Kubernetes can first of all go to it and understand what is going on with the containers and Docker Compose. Then they can come back to Kubernetes. Okay. Then after that, immediately, I want to cover certain AI content. Okay. Because that AI content is going to be required in this project. So that so that you guys can maybe, or any other person who does not know, understands what the AI stuff is all about. Okay. Concerning image generation, text, audio, agents. Okay. So that when I integrate it here, it is easy for people to understand. Then after that, I need also to focus on backend. Okay. So the goal is to do backend, DevOps, AI. Okay. And now you've talked about Nextjs, that will be front end. So I guess I can do that at some point. It's all about now time. Okay. It's all about now time. But it's really possible. For next, I can do like probably 5 recorded videos. If I can get 3 good days, okay, sit down, okay, and record videos on Next.js. In 5 videos, if I do 5 videos, and each video is about between 40 to 1 hour, I can cover enough on Next.js, okay, in fact, without rushing. Or probably just do 3 videos which are 2 hours long. But of course, then people have in this generation struggle with short form content. They may struggle. But I think anybody who is serious about learning can fight through that conditioning of wanting only short form content. Okay, says if update forgot password page, update reset password page. So the pages existed. It says the pages exist but need to be updated to integrate with the API. Okay, so the pages were already there. Let me delete this. Okay, says I can see the login model already has a forgot password link. Now let me update the pages to integrate with the backend API. Let me start by updating the forgot password page. So it updated that. Says stage 2. Now I need to update the reset password page. First, let me check the current structure. It's using the dynamic route token. But if you discover that AI, when you pay by some money for AI, you get slightly better experience. Ojin says I stalled with the Kubernetes playlist because my laptop's memory is not enough. I will upgrade, then continue. No, Ojin. You don't need to do that actually. Okay. For Kubernetes, actually, I also discovered it today when we were learning. Okay. For Kubernetes, all you need is a playground. Okay, let me show you something. When we were learning Kubernetes today, okay, here, when we're learning this, today we are now reached a stage of deploying, okay? No, this is not the one, this is not the one, this is not the one, this is not the one. What we did was actually this one, okay? The one which I just showed you previously is for tomorrow, okay? But today we did this, deploying a PHP guest book application with Redis. But of course, deploying a PHP, if you can deploy a PHP application, you can deploy a Python application, you can deploy a Django application, you can deploy a C# application, same idea, okay? But while we were studying this, I discovered something that can make you, that can help you, Eugene. Read this. It says, if you do not already have a cluster, you can create one using Minikube, or you can use one of these Kubernetes playgrounds, okay? So Eugene, don't give up. Just use one of these playgrounds, okay? Because actually in this tutorial, we found out that there were what? Requirements. Where are they? Where are they? Aha, it is here. It says they say you need a Kubernetes cluster, and kubectl command line tool must be configured to communicate with your cluster. It is recommended to run this tutorial on a cluster with at least 2 nodes that are not acting as control planes. Okay, so try these tools. Okay, actually, if I open for you this one here, you'll see that by default they have the node set up for you. Okay, it's taking some time to load. Was it this one? Okay, you see Kubernetes cluster. If I say start, this one I saw where they had already what configured it. It's not this one. Maybe it is this code, but all of them will give you what you want, by the way. Okay. So Eugene, don't give up. Okay. Continue learning, but use one of these. Okay. Use one of these. Okay. So don't give up. Let's go back. Okay. Sorry for the diversion, guys. So let me go back up here. Okay. Just to follow along what it's doing so that in case we are making changes, we are not lost. Says, now I need to create an alternative reset password page that uses query parameters instead of path parameters. Since the email will likely have a query parameter, let me create a comprehensive documentation file for the frontend implementation. Now let me check for errors in the frontend code. Excellent, no errors. Let me create a comprehensive testing guide and a summary document. Perfect. Let me create a final comprehensive summary document. Talking too much, AI, Mr. AI. Time to review you, okay? Sometimes whether I look at AI sometimes as a junior developer. I'm reviewing a junior developer's code, or sometimes I look at AI as co-pilot rather, or sometimes a tool I can maybe reason with. Let us see. I think the backend is running. Okay, the front end. Okay, the front end is also still running. We're about to find out. So you see this, the forgot password page. Okay, they imported next link. Okay, if you don't know what next link is, briefly, it is simply a component in Nextjs we can use for linking, creating links for navigating. Okay, like Eugene suggested, I should create maybe a playlist on Nextjs. Then we have state is submitting error. Okay, we have a handle submit which has been updated. Okay, so set submit is changed to true. Then we can now set the error to default value, set is submitting to true. Okay, same thing as this. Then the base URL is picked from the virtual environment, but of course this has to be optimized. Okay, we can't keep picking this base URL from the virtual environment every time in every function. Yeah, I have ideas of how to do this. I'll just prompt the AI to do exactly what I want. Then it says the response. Okay, it makes a fetch request to base URL forgot password. Okay, method posts, application JSON, and the body. Okay, is that. Eugene is asking, are you familiar with React.js? Yes. I am very, very familiar with React. Even Next. Actually, Next.js is a framework of React.js. They call them meta frameworks. A framework of a framework. Yeah, but I'm very familiar with actually Next is React. Okay. In fact, if for example maybe there was this thing link was not there, okay, and this use client statement was not there, and you showed me this code, I will tell you this is React. Do you know why? This is a component. See, if I close this is a function component. Export default function forgot password page. Okay, use state and React are from React. When I minimize this code like this, the only thing which is not typical React is this first line saying use client and import link from next link. Why? Because actually this use client, okay, tells Nextjs that this is a client side component. This is a client side component. Okay, so it will not be what I call a server component. So in Nextjs, server components are components which are rendered on the server, okay, and they are created ready, okay, to be served by the page. Meaning the entire web page is generated on the server and it is ready, okay. But a client component is created on the client side. So when you're going to use things like certain kinds of hooks, okay, and state is going to be changing, that's when you need what? This client component. And to change, by default, all components are server components, okay? To make it a client component, you say use client. Ujin says maybe you can start with React because Next.js is built on top of React. Do React, then advance to Next.js. Yeah, that's good wisdom. Thank you. I'll do that. So we have here data, okay? Response with JSON, then the console.log. Since submit is true, if there's an error, okay? They say console.error, then they set the error, okay? But of course, even here, okay? In case things are wrong, they say throw new error, fail to send email, and then that error is caught here and is set. Then in all cases, whether there's an error or if things go correctly, set submitting set to false. Then this is just changed to change the design, okay? I'm not a fan of going through HTML, okay? But in case you have a question concerning this, don't hesitate to ask me, okay? I can explain to you. Abikona says, sorry, I'm not able to catch up with your live sessions, but I'm watching recordings every day. Yeah, you don't have to do with me like day by day, okay? Yeah, but I'm glad that you're watching the recordings, okay? You can always try to catch up using the recordings. Don't overrush, okay? Take your time, okay? Even if I'm like 2 videos ahead of you, don't worry, okay? Just take your time. The goal is for you to understand, okay? Take your time and you can build this project the way you want, okay? Build this project the way you want and make changes and maybe get into these live sessions to just see what we are doing and whether to follow along or navigate, okay? Yeah, but I'm glad that you're on track with us. But this is a very good project. Actually, by the end of this project, trust me, okay? If I feel like if someone by the end of this project understood all the concepts, you should be able to freelance and apply for work if you're actually really serious implementing everything, okay? Because this is ideally what you need, okay? What I'm trying to do by the end of this project, all the concepts would have been what you need, okay? At least as an intermediate developer to make money on your own and yeah, to be competitive on the market. But what matters is how much you practice what we are doing here. So where was I? I was on the JSX, okay? The JSX has been updated. I don't want to go through the HTML. If you don't know HTML, you can watch a video on HTMLs. Okay, let me go back. here. Let me see. Just see. Okay. Maybe I can close this for now. I want to see the changes. Okay, the form. Okay, let me just go through it. Okay, not to leave you out. You see, the form has been updated. Okay, this label has been updated to show the email address. Okay, then we have the on change still there, a status for it. So this form, this email input, okay, so type is equals, it's an input and the type is email. It will be changed. It will be disabled depending on the value of is submitting. If is submitting is true, it will be disabled. If is submitting is false, it will not be disabled. Let's go on something similar here. Then this is for showing an error. Okay, so if there's an error message, this div will be shown. Bicano says, I'm currently working and my working timings are a little different. Oh, I understand. I don't know where you are, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Is it Abicano? Please correct me. Yeah, work has to happen, okay? You have to survive. Like personally me, like right now I do this evening stream outside work hours. I usually start at 9 p.m. my time here. Okay? Then the morning stream, I started at 7 a.m. my time here. So 7 a.m. that is time before I work. Then 9 p.m. is time after work. And you've noticed even sometimes I don't have these videos, okay? To relax. Bengaluru, India. The first person I knew from Bengaluru, India, okay, is someone called Telusco. I don't know if you know him. I learned Java from Telusco. Let me show you. Is it Telusco? I don't know if I've put in the spelling. Telusco YouTube. I learned Java from this guy. Aha, this is the guy. Wow, it is 12:30 a.m. Crazy. That is too early. Yes, Navin Reddy, you know him. Navin Reddy. He's my guy. I learned a lot of Java from this guy. Okay. In some of his sessions, sometimes when he used to talk about like opportunities, he could talk about Bengaluru, and one time he mistakenly revealed that he's actually from there and he works there. Yeah, but this was long time ago. I think I was at university around 2016 or 17. Yeah, that's when I learned about this guy. Trust me, I learned a lot of Java from this guy, Java Spring Boot, and I got my first internship. Okay, as a Java developer using Spring Boot, Java Bootstrap because of this guy. I actually had no experience, but I applied for this internship. And when in the interview, when they asked me questions, I presented to them a project that I had built using Angular for the front end, the back end, Spring Boot, and a mobile app in Android, Java. And he was the main guy. This guy and some other guy called it Java Brains. He's also an Indian, but he's not from Bengaluru. I don't think he's from Bengaluru. This guy here. Okay? This guy, I also forget his name, but I learned a lot. I learned advanced Git, advanced Spring Boot from this guy. Okay, Navin Reddy was where I started from. Then this guy, I used to know this guy's name, but I've taken long out. I think I don't watch them anymore because I think I'm not into Java community anymore. But my first 2 years at university, these were my guys from India, and Navin Reddy is from Bengaluru. Yeah, so I'm really happy. Do him a favor and subscribe. Of course, I'm going to. Hey, by the way, this discovered, but I used to subscribe using my old what? My old machine. Okay. Actually, you just letting me know right now that I did not subscribe. If you look at the subscriptions here, okay, There are actually few. I should subscribe to this guy. You're right. Then the other guy, I have to go back, manual way. And this guy, okay. But now they are in the Java community. It is rare that I'll watch their stuff. Okay. But I've been watching actually Navin Reddy. So Eugene, my hands are clean. I've subscribed. Okay. And I used to, even recently, I think about a month or two, I was watching Navin Reddy. Let me just go back. There's a video on AI of his I watched. Okay. And when I saw it in the recommendations, I was so happy. Let me show you. Looks like he's been doing a lot of Python recently. Even his style of thumbnails has changed. Okay, you see? Java 25. I think this red underline, it shows that I watched his video. Okay. On Java 25. I was curious. I'm like, oh, my guy is back with Java. Then here I was watching I was interested in his things. So when was this? You see, this is a month ago when I watched I watched his video, Java 25. But for this other guy, Java Brains, I'm not sure if I watched him recently. Let me check. He did the FastAPI crash course. Oh, that's nice. I'm actually thinking of doing one also. I want to see this guy. I want to see what he does. Videos. I want to see what I've watched most recently. Wow, he has had a lot of members only content. Okay, so you see, 2 months ago, I actually watched this guy, a video on IntelliJ, and this other video here of someone who lost money while coding in Casa. All right, sorry for the diversion. Excuse me. Let's finish. Okay, let's finish. Have you noticed something by these days? YouTube has changed. Okay, let me not divert the conversation. Let's finish this. Okay, let's finish this. So we have this. So if we are submitting, this div is shown. Then you have a new link element with an SVG, which takes us back to sign in. Okay. Let's move on quickly. So we have props definition for the reset password page. We have the state for the token. We have a function for handle submit. Okay. Has similar things. Okay. Like state for the verifying, state for holding the token, state for the password strength. Okay. And this one has the score, the message, and the color. It has a use effect. Okay. Which is used for unwrapping the token from the parameters. Then you have another use effect hook. Okay. If there is no token, it just returns. But if the token is like a dependency. Okay. If the token changes, then it will trigger this use effect hook. So you have a function called verify token, okay, for verifying the token, but the structure is the same. Get the base URL, make a request. If the request fails, throw an error. If things are okay, extract the data, maybe update the status. If there's no data, okay, set an error message. If an error was caught, set these pieces of state. And finally also set this piece of state. That's the whole sequence, by the way, that you'll do if you're doing front end. It's the same thing. There's another, there's so many use effects. Okay, this one is for verifying the password. Okay, the password strength. I'll have to give them more eyes later. Okay, let us test. Okay, let's keep. What is this? Reset password page. Okay, verify. Okay, the same thing. These are the MD files. We even have a test file. So it created for us a text file with PyTest fixtures. Okay. Maybe I'll keep this, but I'm going to delete it, okay? Because I want us to learn about by the PyTest and fixtures separately. Okay, I'll just create a video on that. Bengaluru, 12:30 a.m. Wow, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. So what time do you work at night? Let me keep all. Let's just run this application. Where is I think this is the application. Let's refresh. Okay. Actually, let me build. I want to build the pages afresh. Okay. npm run dev. By the way, for the new guys who follow Nextjs, the new what do they call them? The new version has turbo pack. Okay, as the default. So let me refresh again. Okay. So let me try to log out. Forgot password. Okay. Here it is. Let me enter an email. But we didn't use this email. Okay. So I don't know if it will work. Okay. So it says, okay, email sent. If an account with this email exists, you will receive a password reset link shortly. What's next? Check your email, click the reset link, create new password. Okay. Let me see. You see, there's nothing. Okay. So let us try to just go back to sign in. Okay. On sign up, let us try to. But wait, I think we did have an account. Didn't we have an account? Let's just try. Let me copy this. I think we had an account. Okay. Password. Okay. Confirm. Fail to fetch. Okay. So you see our stuff is broken. Let's look at the back end. Okay. You see we have an issue. I want to close this. See parameter background error. Okay. So we got an error. That's why I always say, even when you're prompting, you need to prompt piece by piece. Otherwise, you can get errors and you get overwhelmed on what to fix. So you see it, got that user. Okay. So the exception was above because of this. It's a long stack trace. Okay. Undefined column user in db.reset token does not exist. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this makes sense. Okay. If I do this, okay, and I try to rebuild, there's a function that we created. Remember that function, okay? Which I expect to. I didn't want to run that migration code it had written for us. Okay. I want to remove this. I want to show you that stuff. All these MD files, I'm going to delete them. In main.py, okay? I think on startup initdb, this function, okay? Of course, this has been deprecated, this on event, but we shall update later. This initdb needs to be, is what I designed to help me with that. So let's find out. Same issue. Okay, so it turns out I need to maybe probably do a migration like this, like the suggestion, like the suggested. Now, you see how Django makes life easy? Maybe because I'm new to FastAPI, that is why I think their migrations are harder. But Django migrations, this would have been resolved long time ago. So you see this field, okay, user in db.reset token does not exist. Okay, that's why it keeps one failing. So what I want to do is this. Just see the file it created. Migrate. I see this migrate. Okay. So this file does for us a migration. So let us find out if you can use it. I'll give it context. I'll say the project is running in a Docker container called run the migration. But there's a time when we created, if you remember, when we created the booking model, I don't think we had to run a migration, if you remember clearly. We didn't run a migration. Guys, this was supposed to be simple, but look at the time. I'm 20 minutes past the hour. Oh, if you don't, no, don't 20 minutes. Actually, I began 15 minutes late. I'm just 5 minutes past. 5 or 10. But I feel tired. Okay. So let's try. If not successful, we shall continue to debug tomorrow. I'm literally tired. So, this is the correct. Let's now run that command. Okay, the command I think should be docker compose. Why is it refusing? So, from this, what do you think? Do you think AI makes us faster? Do you think AI makes us slower? Or do you think it's a zero-sum game? Do you think the effort put in reviewing AI code plus the bugs brought about equals or like is evened out by what seems to be a quick way of generating code? What do you think? Says the perfect container name is FastAPI app. Let me try a different approach. What's this? Normal default SQL model. Yeah, it's supposed to run using UV. I think they've now figured it out. Because it's UV that handles the virtual environment. So it's supposed to be doing a UV run. Wow, we need to rest. Need to rest. Ah, look at it. Module path is incorrect inside the container. Let me update. Okay. Let me give it a chance. If it doesn't, I'll stop it and fix it by myself. There is need to rest. There's need to actually rest. Are you seeing? You actually have to put quite enough effort. Okay. I'm going to research on how to migrate these models. Okay. Because I don't think it should be like this. Okay. So it says the migration was successful. Let me verify changes. Let us see. Okay. So ideally it's supposed to run like this. But even Docker, saying Docker compose, okay, would have been enough. I don't know why it did not figure that out. Because if I come to my terminal here, the backend, okay, I reduce this and I scroll up. I using with the command. I want to show you the command. I'm going to cancel. Then I show you the command. You see, I wrote docker compose app. Anyway, let me run it. Remove this. These are things that are going to be deleted. Okay. Let's go test this guy. See, I see this message. It says email already registered. Okay. So if the email is already registered, this is okay. Okay. This is what's supposed to be happening. That email already registered. Now I want to, if I go to login, I don't want to update, try to log in. You see, we are able to log in. Okay. So log out, go back to the login page. Okay. If I try to log in, I mean to sign up. Come on. Okay. Email just so let us try the forgot password thing. Okay. Go to login, forgot password. So I need to check something. I think forgot password go to 200. Okay, now here it is. Okay, so you see the email has been received. Don't you like this? So tell me, should we clap for AI or should we clap for me? Should we thank AI or me? Or should we thank both AI and me? Crazy. So here it is, okay? Says password, reset request. Hello, we've received the request to reset your password for your Errorbound Ventures account. Click the button below to reset your password. Reset password. Copy and paste this link into your browser, okay? So this link will expire in 1 hour for security reasons. If you didn't request a password reset, please ignore this email or contact support if you have concerns, okay? Best regards, the Rebound Ventures team. So when you click, you see, Eugene. All right, yeah, it has no brain. Fair, fair. Yeah, it has no brain. So it is me actually who did everything. Who gave you the instructions? Okay, I gave you the instructions. So we're getting this message saying invalid reset link, unable to verify reset token. Please try again. Okay, so this should not happen. Okay, it cannot be invalid. Why? We just got a message telling us that it is expires in 1 hour. Okay, that could mean there's something wrong. Okay, on the back end. If I do the network and reset, can I see the request? Wow, it has a lot of stuff. Failed to load response data. Okay, but you can view from the logs of the backend. See, type error, can't compare offset native and offset aware times. Okay, so we have an issue. Okay, in this line on in backend, CRUD users.py on line 7. Okay, in the verify password function. Okay, we are trying to compare time, which is time, what they call time zone aware object, and time zone non-aware. Okay, so time zone aware date object in Python refers to a Python date time object which has time zone information about it. Okay, so you can only compare date time objects that have time zone information. If you try to compare any and they don't have time zone information, you get this issue. Okay, and it's a common error, by the way. Let us give it to this our good guy. Okay, again, Eugene, it has no brain, and I'm done directing it what to do. Okay, if I didn't read this, it thought everything was okay. It thought everything was okay. So you see, I'm the brain. Without me, it can't do anything. Let me close all these. Let us see the change it's gonna make. So it is changing. Let me see. So initially we had this. So it is saying expires at today time dot now plus time delta 1 hour. So it is saying set expiration time to 1 hour from now. Time zone native for PostgreSQL SQL timestamp compatibility. Okay, fair enough. So it wants to test. Okay, let's test. Let me even refresh this. Okay, so it's okay. Are you seeing? Now, are you seeing this message? Token is valid. Okay. Now I want you to practice this. Sometimes you might see me doing things and it seems easy. Okay. But like this time where when I just read the error message, I knew what the issue was. Why? Because I've faced this error message many times. Okay. So I know this time zone aware error. Okay. That's how you see when this thing tested. Okay. I confidently went to the browser and refreshed. They know it has now been what? Resolved. What was it saying here? Let me run a test again with a longer wait. Okay, let me just give it a chance, but I want to go ahead with testing here. Okay, so enter the new password. Okay. So you see it was talking about the password strength. Okay. I've entered a new password. Click reset. I don't want to say password has been reset successfully, and then I'm redirected here. Okay. So let's try it again. Okay. Enter an email. Come on. Enter an email. Click send. Say an email with an account exists. You see, if an account, no, it says email sent. If an account with that email exists, you will receive a password reset link shortly. What next? Check your email inbox, click the reset link in the email, create a new password. So if I come back to the email, you see we have the email here. Okay. Password reset request. When I click this, okay, you see it is verified and then we get this link. Okay. So when you get this link, I enter the new password. See 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you see, you might put characters. Okay, I mix characters. It says strong. Okay, if I put more characters, it says very strong. Okay, this is nice, effortlessly. But I'll need to check the implementation of this, by the way. But it was in one React hook, in the use effect hook. Okay, so actually after watching, when I push the code, please go ahead and study. Okay, do study that code. Okay, study that code. So let me type a password and type a new password. Okay, to see if it will work. Okay, so that is it. So now hit reset password. See, password has been successfully reset, and then we are redirected to the sign in page. So let me sign in. Okay, sign in, put a new password, hit, there we are. I have logged in successfully. Isn't that nice? Okay, very nice. So yeah, some success at least today. Sometimes things go bad, especially when you allow AI to prompt a lot. So look at these guys, they're still testing. Okay, we can allow them to test, but for us, we are done. Okay, so I want to clean up. So it has tested and it has confirmed. No one to check the logs. Okay, let me just skip this for now. Okay, so I want to open this, close this. I don't need it. Backend. Okay, I want to show you something. Scroll to the bottom. I want to see if the logs actually worked. This. Okay. Those are the actual logs. This is not what I'm looking for. Okay, it's okay. Let us do some cleanup. Okay. Let's do some cleanup. The first thing I want to do, open here. Okay. And delete all the MD files. Okay. This docs, MD, whatever. I don't need them. Okay. That's one of the things I need to put in the roles. Okay. Go to tests. These tests, I want to remove them for now. Okay. I need to do a separate video on tests. Okay. Because the person I've not understood how to set up tests perfectly in FastAPI. Okay. I know PyTest and how it works, but we need to do something. Because using here when I was writing a sample test, okay, we're using the test clients. But we shall go into that, okay? And see how to use PyTest and write fixtures and stuff like that. In video example, I'll leave it. This implementation MD, I'll remove it. Okay. Migrate password.db. Many of you might clone this project and you may need it. Okay. You may need it, but there should be a better way of doing migrations. Okay. If this is how we migrate in FastAPI, then I don't want to deal with FastAPI. It would be a lot of pain. Okay. But in case you need it, should I push it? What do you guys think? Do you need it? Because I wanted to take time to on my own to study how to do proper migrations using SQL model instead of this. Okay. Migrating like this is very painful. It's very painful. Okay. Let me remove it, guys. Let me remove it. Let me remove it. It's very, very, very painful. I'm going to share with you a better way of doing migrations. Okay, then we go to the this is backend. All these MDs have to go away. Move to trash, open frontend, docs, even this one has to go away. Okay, that's perfect cleanup. So just go through the frontend. Wait, I deleted the backend directory. Are you seeing? Oh my God, crazy. Are you seeing backend, guys? It's not there. I deleted it. Jeez. Eugene, if you're watching, who has a brain right now? Is it me or AI? Are you seeing this is even empty? This is even empty. Control Z again. Are you seeing? Control Z. Control Z. Control Z. Crazy. Oh my God. What have I done? Who has a brain right now? Okay, if you go to the backend, of course, the Docker, what is interesting, the Docker thing is still what? Working. But all the code is, see, we have docs. Okay. Even the corporate instructions have been. What happens if I control Z again? Okay. What has happened, guys? I've lost the code for the backend. Now tell me the goodness of AI. Okay. Anyway, don't worry. Let me not scare you. I've lost it, but it's something very easily recoverable. Okay. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to stop the container from running. Okay. Thankfully, actually, I have already a copy on GitHub. Okay. So what is going to happen? I'm going to simply revert back this directory. Okay. Revert back to, I'm going to commit everything else. Okay. Then I revert back the backend directory. Okay. And we shall be good to go. So do not be worried about anything. Okay. Yes, Eugene, it's okay. You have nothing to say. But let me remove these others, okay? I'll remove this one. Okay, I'll delete this. Come front end, clean up this. Yeah, I mean, looks like I'm in trouble. Okay. For the back end, these ones have to go. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Okay, remove this. Let me attempt to restore. pwd cd clear. Actually, let me leave it in backend. Okay, so if I do, you see now, if I do docker, no wonder I was wondering why docker compose app was failing. Are you seeing? This now makes sense. So if I come here and clear, and what do I want to do? Git reflog. Okay, not even that. Git log minus one line. Okay, so I see this commit here, integrate login, sign up, blah blah blah. Okay, all I can do is maybe try to get back to this commit. Okay, can clear. Let me first start by saying git stash. Okay, so I see when I do git stash, do you see how all the backend things come back? Are you seeing? You see, I'm just showing you some easy tricks of working with Git, with what they call it, Git version control. Okay, I have my stuff back. Okay, if I say git stash pop, okay, of course the backend stuff disappears. Okay, but what I can do is this. Okay, I want to delete this. Okay, I want to select. How can I select? I want to select all and delete them. Go back here, workflows. This one doesn't need to be here also. Delete. Okay. Now, you see backend is empty. Okay. But what I want to do for backend is this. I'll clear. Then minimize that. First, say git status. Okay. See, it says I've deleted so many things. Okay. But why can't I restore them? Okay. So if let me try to git restore backend. Of course, this is one way. Git restore backend. Git status. Okay. So you see, we are back to the backend. Who created Git? Interesting. This docs thing is actually useless. Okay. But then we have lost our password reset stuff. You get. Git stash pop. No stash entries found. That is okay. Okay. So I've got back the front end. Okay, has everything else set up. Okay, but it's now the back end where we have lost stuff. Okay, so if I clear now, if I go back to backend and say docker compose app, okay, everything is working. But of course, if I try to like go here, okay, the front end is not running. Npm run dev. Wow, this thing has taken longer than usual. Okay, then I go to login. Then I go to forgot password. Okay, aren't sure that actually it has been broken. You see, an error occurred, okay? Because the backend has nothing like that anymore, okay? So we can try to implement that, okay? Say add context. I removed the password flow from the backend. Add it. Do only this. Wow, I need to improve my English and my prompting skills. Okay, let us see. It looks like I did something wrong. Okay, this prompt is wrong. I removed the password reset flow. Okay, then I can hit again. So you see the disadvantages of AI sometimes. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell it to respect what is inside the Copilot instructions. Oh, actually, we removed the instructions from here by the changes I've just done. Do you notice that? Crazy. Let me add. Wow, just doing more work. Today is going to be crazy for me. Let me just re-add it. Python code generation. Okay, instructions. Then I'll say number one, when adding, let's say, use built-in Python annotations for type hints. Use typing module when a built-in is not available. Okay, this is okay. I'll leave that instruction for now. Okay, looks like it's restoring everything. And here I was blaming AI's brain. Sooner or later, we discovered who actually has a brain. Okay, yeah, everything else is actually, sorry. So I'm saying everything else has now been restored. Let's test, okay? I want to see what's on the back end. Okay, I'll say keep. I now just want to get done. But there's something called, I need to have set up, what they call them? Volumes for my whole, what they call it? Let's see, what error are we getting? I can't see. What is happening? Connection refused to localhost 8000. Okay, let us see. The number of issues. Okay, let's do this. So time to learn in a hard way today for me. Let me try to rebuild. I'm seeing environment like related issues. So I'm going to learn the hard way. Okay. Oh, guys, it's even worse than I thought. Oh my God, it's worse than I thought. Do you know what I've just discovered? The .env has been deleted. Wow. So I'll need to create using this file, okay? Using this .env.example, I'll need to create new values, okay? Amadeus API secret. But think about it, if AI is able to delete your .env, okay? Don't you think it uses that data? Okay? So look, there's no .env here. I've been wondering where I'm getting those env errors. There's no .env. Okay? All right. So I don't want to spend time creating a .env because it's a secret. Okay? It's a file full of secrets. I will recreate it, okay, by myself. And then, yeah, I'll show you everything in the next stream. But at least you saw that we achieved success, okay? It actually worked, okay? Only that this time it failed because of what? Because I think, do you remember some points when I was accepting prompts here? I should have read it keenly, those prompts keenly. We ended up having our backend source code deleted. So Eugene, that shows that this thing has no brain. Why would it delete my whole backend? Okay, including the .env. So I'll have to what? To recreate everything. Okay, but even there's no need to do it. Okay, I'll just use git to undo everything, and then I'll get back, implement the password reset flow, and then we continue. Okay, but at least you saw that it was working. I just need to fix that. Then I'll push the code, and you can also get a copy. Yeah. Bad days exist in the world of programming. Just to show you this, I think this error, I think secret always get secret key, algorithm always get algorithm, access token expire minutes. All these are issues concerning the environment variables. Okay, these are environment variables not being accessed, and then these are things I had what put in the .env, which has been deleted by AI. Okay, So yeah, I'm tired for now. It's been almost 2 hours. I'm seeing it says the stream began 99 minutes ago. Okay, I'm worn out. Let me take a chill break to rest because I think in the morning we might have our session on Kubernetes. Yeah, tomorrow evening we shall continue this, finish this up and go to another topic. So thank you for enduring the hassle with me. Okay, we got success, sabotaged it by not keenly reviewing AI, what AI did. I'm starting to think at some point I rushed through what AI generated. Then when I confirmed, it's deleted, and I didn't confirm that what was here until the end. So why it was working was because the Docker container had everything already working. But outside the container here, the code had been deleted. So I had to restore it. After restoring it and re-implementing the password flow, I'm then discovering that I'm having issues related with the environment variables. Only to check the .env has been deleted. Crazy. All right. I'll restore that .env since it has secrets. I don't have to do it now. Tomorrow I'll restore it, and then in the stream tomorrow we shall continue. Thank you for building with me. Abhikano from Bangalore, India. Thank you for joining. Eugene, thank you for joining. And every one of you. Sano Jess, thank you for joining today's stream. See you in the next one. Bye for now. Wish me luck for the next one.